I'm really feeling happy and I'm thrilled to see such enthusiastic audience here, learned audience here. Our guests are here, they'll be speaking a lot, they'll be throwing light on very important issue today. We'll be getting to know many things today. So to start this officially, may I request Mr. Shrikant Sekhar Sahu, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Executive Nature Care Initiative. Please take your seat. Next, I'd like to request Mr. Durga Prasad Mishra, Advisor, Nature Care Initiative. May I request okay. Sir, we can join here for the lamp lighting. So to Mr. Sujit Kumar, Member of Parliament Rajya Sabha, Mr. Sushant Kumar Mohanty, Information Commissioner Odisha, and Mr. Shrikant Sekhar Sahu, Chief Executive, Nature Care Initiative. Jagatananda Kandaya Pranatati Havayasya Nasjala Nivasaya Sri Jagannathaya Te Nama Sri Jagannathaya Te Nama Te Brahma Sakti Pasha Jnanadata Jagatguru Mahasunya Sarvasakti Shamanitya Ananta Ananta Rakasa Aruka Rupa Prakasita Kali Kali Sanasati Guptala Prakasa Guptala Prakasa Sharve Bhavantu Sukhino Sharve Shantu Niyamaya Sharve. So, may I request Dr. Justice Sanjeev Banigrai, Odisha High Court, to please join us on stage. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause. It's my absolute pleasure to welcome Mr. Sujit Kumar, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha, on the stage. Hello, sir. Last but not the least, Mr. Sushant Kumar Mohanty, Information Commissioner, Odisha. Welcome, sir. Beautiful day, lot of smiles, and bouquet definitely is important to start today. May I now request our Chief Executive, Mr. Shrikant Sekhar Sahu, to present the bouquet to our esteemed guests. Can we have the bouquets, please? May I request, sir, to hand over the bouquet to Dr. Justice Sanjeev Banigrai, Odisha High Court. Next, Mr. Sujit Kumar, Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Mr. Sushant Kumar Mohanty, Information Commissioner, Odisha. Welcome once again, sir. Mr. Durga Prasad Mishra, Advisor, Nature Care Initiative. I request you to be there, and I now request Dinesh Kumar Prajapati, Manipur organizer for UP, to present the bouquet to our very own Mr. Shrikant Sekhar Sahu. Now I have been speaking a lot. Now it's time that your own people, the very important people who are going to definitely throw some light on this important session and issue, it's time for them to speak something. May I now request Sri Durga Prasad Mishra, Advisor, Nature Care Initiative, to speak few words. Please welcome sir with a huge round of applause, everyone.
Supravato, good morning. Once again, I've been assigned to welcome the guest to this august gathering. As the board suggests that Nature Care Initiative is a esteemed organization which I am very proud to be part of this, even as advisor also. The objective of this organization was to discuss, deliberate and deliver to Mother Nature whatever best possible manner. In last 2-3 years, I am very proudly a part of this organization, and I got many opportunity to participate many of the program and this organization. As most of the time we discuss, and everybody is aware, nature does not require us. We require nature. Even if the human being is not existing in this nature, nature will exist. Because the world, in the universe, the smallest organism will make this nature or this globe, this planet roll. It will survive. What is the best creation in this world? Most beautiful creation in this world by nature, fragrance and flower. So I was telling that what is the most beautiful thing nature has created? But it survives for a very limited time. What is the best thing created? Human being. What has been created in this universe? The interest of one creation of that is human being. Right from the microorganism to lion to dinosaurs, whatever has been created, only to protect the interest of human being. That is the best thing nature has made or God has made. Whatever you, somebody will tell God, somebody will tell nature. But what human being is doing, whereas we, without us also, nature can exist comfortably. The entire planet survive comfortably. If no human being, not a single human being will be there in this world also, the world will survive. The nature will survive. So, the time has come. Every time we are sitting, discussing, deliberating through various organizations as well as Nature Care Initiative. And this is our effort, continuous effort to bring the best brain under one roof to discuss, to deliberate, to chalk out some plan. In this context, we are organizing seminar, convention, national level, state level, district level. And this is the opportunity where we have got one of the best brains, where we will discuss throughout the day and deliberate and come out with the conclusion what will be our next future course of action to give little bit of our contribution, like Gunduchi Musa Badiya ami contribution dei paribo to protect the interest of nature. In this line, I take this opportunity to welcoming the guests who are eminent personalities in this, not only in the state as well as in the national level. To start with, I will request, already Justice Dr. Sanjeev Panigrahi is there. I will just brief about those who are first timer or those who are not aware about Justice Panigrahi. Justice Panigrahi was appointed as a judge of Odisha High Court on 10th of February 2020. He was enrolled with the Odisha State Bar Council, Cuttack 2006, after completing his LLM Business Law from National Law School of University in Bangalore. As a brief stint as a research assistant of Honorable Judge of Supreme Court, he joined of Dr. Abhishek Mani, appeared in number of high-profile matters in corporate houses. Justice Panik, as a practicing advocate in Supreme Court of India, High Court of Odisha and High Court of Delhi and many other high courts, has gained wealth of practical experience in the highly challenging area of law, including civil laws, commercial laws, constitutional laws, taxation, corporate laws, intellectual property rights, service laws, criminal laws, and moreover on environment laws. He has been advocate on record in Supreme Court of India and has represented the state of Odisha before the Apex Court as a panel advocate since 2013 till the elevation. Prior to this, he was appointed as a panel counsel for Union of India for conducting cases before the Supreme Court of India from 2009-2014. He was closely involved in conducting many important public interest cases before the apex court, which includes mortality on the railway track and improvement in the hygienic care facilities, setting up in all districts of the country. Serving alumni of the famous International Visitor Leadership Program, IVLP, a professional exchange program funded by US Department of State Bureau of Educational and Current Affairs. Besides being an avid reader of economics, philosophy, literature, and regular writer in several national English dailies on the contemporary legal and policy issues, Justice Panigrahi is a passionate music lover, cultural enthusiast, and environment protector. I welcome Justice Dr. Panigrahi from a core of our heart, and we will be apprised, this August gathering will be apprised because of from his intellect as well as environment laws. I welcome again Mr. Sushant Kumar Mahanti, who was an eminent journalist from the editor of Century Old Delhi newspaper The Samaj from Media House, had a long career in journalism and social service, born in Cuttack in 5th August 1964, was bounced editor, chief news coordinator, editor in charge, executive editor, and to the highest post of editor, working in the career span of 3 decades. 2022. Successful journalism career, he is an avid sports lover and enthusiast, because of which he covered many international sports events, including international cricket tournament matches held in India and abroad. Therefore, the Government of Odisha Department made him the member of Sports Advice Awards Committee under the Youth and Sports Development Department, Government of Odisha, and is also to become the external member of the Board of Studies of Department of Journalism, Mass Communication, Ravenshaw University from 2021 to 22. Additionally, the recognition of immense contribution of journalism, he was felicitated by different organizations in both inside the state as well as the national level. I welcome Dr. Sushant Mahanti. And the last name in the guest list requires no intro to this organization. Neither to the members of the organization, nor to the people sitting across the board. He is not only a technocrat, but he has many other diverse expertise. He is a legal luminary. I have already told diverse. He was a technocrat and legal luminaries, and various government decisions in the state, he is in the forefront. Very few people are aware that he is one of the top ranking policymakers who is instrument to many popular path-breaking policy. Odisha has seen a paradigm shift in the area of development and human development index under his. He is one of the most prominent factors responsible for Odisha's visibility in national and international arena. Presently serving the country as well as the state as the Honorable Member of Parliament of Rajya Sabha. Currently the Chairman Committee on the Petition of Rajya Sabha, one of the youngest ever to chair the Parliamentary Committee. He earlier served as an advisor in the rank of Chief Secretary to the SDC of the Government of Odisha and Special Secretary of the Odisha State Planning Board, a very senior policy planning positions with the Government of Odisha. He belongs to Bhavani Patna, Kalandi district, completed his primary education in Deti district. He completed his bachelor in engineering in VSS, Borla, and now is VSU, and bachelor of law from Sambalpur University. Then he went to complete his in Oxford University. Kumar acquired his second master degree from the prestigious Howard Kennedy School, HKS, Howard University, where he received the master in public administration degree. He is none other than our Sujit Bhai, Mr. Sujit Kumar, Honorable Member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. I welcome you all, and I take this opportunity to welcome media. Let's make this event in such a way that we will take the message as well as our work plan. I thank you all.
Thank Thank you so much, Durga sir, for your elaborate and enlightening speech. I think he definitely deserves a huge round of applause the way he elaborated and enlightened us. Now it's time for our very Shrikant sir, Chief Executive. He will be speaking to you all heart to heart, man to man talk, and a beautiful woman also here. Welcome, our very own Shrikant sir here, Executive NCI.
प्रकृति मुख्य अतिथि अन्य व्यक्ति विशेष जहाँकर जेते उपखाना कले मध्य अति निम्न ए भलिया व्यक्ति विशेष को आमे पाई आज समस्त धन्य माँ प्रकृतिर डाकरारे आज भलिया दिन रे 19 नवेम्बर विश्व कप को पछरे पकई माँ प्रकृति की भल पाउतवा समस्त व्यक्ति विशेष को मु श्रीकांत शेखर साहू चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव आपण मानक हृदय शुभेच्छा एवं साधुवाद जनाऊँ आठारु बड़ बोधे सर्टिफिकेट क्या मिलबनी जे ए सभागृह भितर थिबा समस्त व्यक्ति विशेष भारतर स्पंदन जहाँ को क्रिकेट कहते ताकू पछरे पकई माँ प्रकृति आज समय काढ़ी आस 2014 मसीह शिशु अवस्था नहीं संस्था आज देखंतु किशोर अवस्था को पाखापाखि पहुंची दौड़ा अवस्था पहुंचला 10 वर्ष पिला को हेलानी निश्चय दौड़ देश एवं राज्य रे विभिन्न समय रे विभिन्न कार्य करुवा समय रे 2022 रे विश्व परिवेश दिवस रे यही संस्था प्रथमे विश्व परिवेश दिवस पारादीप बंदर रे पालन करथिले एथिरे उपस्थित थिबा महोदय जने श्रीयुक्त कुमार जे कि आमर मार्गदर्शक एवं संस्था किभली आगु को प्रशस्त हो पारिबो तार सबुबेले आमको मार्गदर्शन करछंती तांकर उपस्थित थिले एवं प्रथम थर गोटी एनजीओ रे एवं प्रथम ओडिशा कार्यक्रम रे केंद्रीय मंत्री श्री शांतनु ठाकुर भी जोग देइथिले से कर्मशाला आपण माने बुझी परिबे एते सुंदर थिला एते आकर्षणीय थिला जे पारादीप बंदरर अध्यक्ष से मंच उपरे से दिन घोषणा कले कि आगत 5 वर्ष रे 10 लाख गछ पारादीप सहर रे लगा जिवो सेतिपई मु बंदरर अध्यक्ष एवं समस्त कार्यकर्ता मानक धन्यवाद दउछि अक्टोबर 16 नेचर केयर इतिहास एवं विभिन्न कार्यक्रम करुवा अनुष्ठान जो माने समाजसेवी अनुष्ठान अच्छी गोटे इतिहास लेखा जाइथिला कारण 450 सरपंच समिति सभ्य गोटे छात तले बसी माँ प्रकृति को भल पाई किछि शिखी जाई निज ग्राम एवं गहली रे प्रकृति को केमिति भल पाइबा एवं केमिति सुरक्षा करा जिवो आम द्वारा बंटा जाइथिबा किछि सूता मुणी को नहीं कि जेते बेले आम पाखु को फोटो पठाउचंती सतरे गर्व अनुभव करूछु गर्व खाली सेति पई करूनु कारण दिल्ली सरकार संस्थार पंचायत विभाग रो जने सीनियर सार तांकर गोटे टीम नहीं कि अक्टोबर 16 कार्यक्रम को आसते जे सतरे केमिति 450 पीआरआई मेंबर्स गोटे रूम भितर आसिकी एते बड़ कार्यक्रम सफल हो पड़ुछि एवं तार एवं गोटे विस्तृत विवरणी भी आमे सरकार को प्रस्तुत करथिलु मार्च 28 2023 जेमिति एडवाइजर दुर्गा प्रसाद कहिले जे प्रकृति ही जीवन एवं प्रकृति विषय आम जिते कहते प्रकृति एवं पिंड 70 भाग जल को आम के भूली पारिबा नहीं। देखंतु परिवेश भितर 70 भाग जल, मनीष भितर 70 भाग जल। जल एवं जीवन को लेकिन एक उच्च कोटीर आलोचना चक्र आम करूँ नुआ दिल्ली रे। सुतरां भारत सरकार मिशन जल शक्ति जो अच्छी से भी आमको हाथ बढ़े अति सुंदर कार्यक्रम होता। 2023 परिवेश दिवस रे आम पुणी एक कार्यक्रम करूँ पारादीप सहर रे। पछथर तो 10 लाख गछ लगाई ताले एथर कौन होता प्रकृति को भल पाउथुवा व्यक्ति विशेष प्रकृति पाई काम करुथुवा प्रकृति को आखि रे रखी कंपनी केमिति चली परिबो लाभ 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 को तो समस्ते चाहिए किंतु लाभ सहित परिवेश रो सुरक्षा केमिति निया जिवो। जो सरकारी कारखाना किंबा बेसरकारी कारखाना जो माने प्रकृति को भल पाई आज विवाह न करी प्रकृति सहित विवाह करी निज जीवन को उत्सर्ग कर देइछंती से भलिया व्यक्ति विशेष को खोजी खोजी आमर ये छोटिया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन तांको सम्मानित करथिला जे से माने निज कार्य को केमती आगु को बढ़ाई पारंतु। आज जो आलोचना चक्र रही ओडिया जदि भूल हवा आज्ञा क्षमा करेंगे। जलवायु परिवर्तन और सहनीय विकास क्लाइमेट चेंज एंड रेजिलिएंट डेवलपमेंट यही आलोचना चक्र रे आपण माने आपणकर प्रकृति को प्रेम दर्शाई सारी आपणकर बहुमूल्य समय देके आछंती। जो व्यक्ति विशेष जो अतिथि वृंद ये अच्छा भी मुझे धन्यवाद करुच्ची। यही आमर प्रथम उद्घाटन उत्सव पर आपण माने भाविबेनि जे चा पानी खाइलु एवं कार्यक्रम सरला घर को टिके जीवु कोहली भाई आमर केम छक्का मारी आम टिके देखिबु। आर द्वितीय पर्याय रे आम पाखरे जो व्यक्ति विशेष सब अछंती आईआईटी भुवनेश्वर एक्सआईएम भुवनेश्वर एवं समस्त तो करताली चाहिए आउ जड़े भी अछंती आज्ञा केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय कोरापुटरू ए प्रकृति माँ को भल पाई आज आम पाखे उपस्थित अच्छा। यही द्वितीय पर्याय पे मुझे चाहिए एबेठू गोटे करताली दिंतु जो मैंने आम सहभागी होती। एथर भारी खुशी लगुच यूनिवर्सिटी रू किछि आमर छात्र छात्री आछंती बहुत दूर दूरांतर किए कहूँ मु पुरी रू आछि किए कहूँ मु देवगढ़ रू आछि जेते सब आछंती भारी खुशी लगुच। मोर वक्तव्य शेष कला पूर्वर छोटिया सूचनाटी आपन को दबाऊ चाहूँगी। आज तो समस्ते आज्ञा नेटफ्लिक्स समस्ते आम सोशल मीडिया टे यूज करुँच आम भी आज्ञा सोशल मीडिया रे प्रेजेंट अच्छे। फेसबुक को जीवे आम पेज सर्च करेंगे नेचर केयर आज कार्यक्रम भल लगुच एवं आपण मैंने भल पाउछंती ताले मु आज्ञा हृदय सह आपण को अनुरोध करी जे आपण ए पेज को टिके लाइक करेंगे कारण आम कौन आगु को करुचु आपण जानिबे आमर प्रेरणार उत्स हेबे एवं आमर मार्गदर्शन भी करेंगे। आम खाली आज्ञा सोशल मीडिया रे खाली यही सीमित रही जाइनु फेसबुक रे आम यूट्यूब रे अच्छु आम ट्विटर रे भी अच्छु एवं जो प्रकृति प्रेमी माने आज ये उपस्थित अच्छी जदि से माने आम सांगे हाथ मिसई आगु को प्रकृति में किसी काम करिया जाउछंती ताले www.naturecareindia.org गले सेठी आगे गोटे डाहाण पट देखिए जॉइन से जॉइन को जदि आप जॉइन रे जाइए डाटा देवे आम निश्चय आपन को संपर्क करूँ से गछ लगा हो स्वच्छ भारत अभियान हो जेकोसी अभियान हो आम आपन को सहयोग लोड़ू एवं जेहेतु माँ आमर प्रकृति आमर यार सुरक्षा समस्तंकर दायित्व नेचर केयर इनिशिएटिव होची खाली एक माध्यम एति कहीकि मोर वक्तव्य शेष करुछि अशेष अशेष धन्यवाद
It wasn't a speech, rather you were communicating with your own audience. So it was really communicating with love, with a sense of responsibility. You deserve it. I feel really glad now and
समस्ते ओडिया जानी तो I'll use a mixture of both Odia and English. Odlis, yeah, Odlis. Chief guest of today's national. So, na English, कौन बोल रहा है? So you want me to speak in English? Okay, ठीक. Chief guest of today's national seminar, Dr. Justice Panigrahi. Guest of honor, Sri Mahanti, Sri Misra, Srikant Babu, Shakti Babu, members of the media fraternity, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, namaskar samastanku. It's a great honor for me to be on the same dais, same panel with Dr. Panigrahi, Dr. Justice Panigrahi, because I truly believe that he is one of the finest judges that we have in the country today. And not only because of his competence and erudition, but also because he can be called a green judge. He pioneered the concept of paperless court in paperless court in the Odisha High Court, and also he was the champion of the public interest litigation, which I think Srikant Babu spoke about, or it was Mr. Misra who spoke of the elephant corridor case, which was filed in the apex court of the country. The deaths of unfortunate deaths of elephants in the railway tracks. He was championing that case. So it's truly an honor to be here today with you. And Shakti Babu filed the petition, of course. And at the very outset, I would like to apologize to the audience and of course to my fellow panelists that I'll be leaving immediately after my speech because of an unavoidable engagement. I really wanted here to hear the speeches of both of my esteemed panelists, but I'll have to contend with the recording, and I'll come back after completing my engagement at some other place. So I beg your forgiveness for that. It's indeed an appropriate venue for hosting this seminar, because Odisha, as you know, is a pioneer when it comes to climate action plan, and also because Odisha is receiving the highest investment amongst the major states of India today, and almost 60% of our economy is dependent on mining or allied activities. When you have such a large-scale mining activity in the state, of course, there is impact on the environment and ecology. So, how do we ensure that we have this kind of activities, we have economic growth, because mining brings in economic growth, it contributes significantly to our GDP. So how do you ensure that we don't compromise on our economic growth and GDP, yet at the same time, we are cognizant of the fact that it might cause harm to our environment, and we take every possible step to mitigate those harm. So it's an appropriate venue, Bhubaneswar, and also because our Chief Minister is a man of nature, he's a nature lover. I think the whole world knows that Honorable Sri Naveen Patnaik loves nature, so it's another reason why I think it's appropriate that we are hosting this seminar here. And Srikant Babu spoke of the other events hosted by Nature Care Initiative, and I take yet again I take pride in the fact that I've attended all the events, including at Paradip, Bhubaneswar, and the one in Delhi. I commend you for hosting this national seminar. Again, it's very appropriate, because without nature there is no life. And when we talk of nature and when we talk of the impact of climate change, you all would appreciate that Odisha is one of the worst victims of the effects of climate change. Not only do we have a 480-kilometer long coastline, but also because of our geographical positioning, we are prone to cyclones and super cyclones almost every other year. Just between 1999 and 2021, over a span of 22 years, we have had eight major cyclones and super cyclones within a span of 22 years, which is fairly frequent. And also in the western part of Odisha, heat waves and drought situations are becoming more rampant. again, experts believe that, and I do believe that, it's the impact of climate change that we are facing today. Now, many states in India, and I don't want to single out, I don't want to sound political, many states in India have taken many steps, substantial steps to take climate action. In fact, states have been rather proactive in taking steps in climate mitigation and becoming resilient compared to Government of India. And even before the Paris Agreement of 2015, many state governments had their own climate action plan. Odisha had its first climate action plan in 2010, being the first state in the country to do so. Way back in 2010, we had the first climate action plan. And I'll just state some of the steps that we have taken. We, meaning government of Odisha, state of Odisha, have taken to becoming climate resilient. We were the first state in the country to have a separate climate budget. We were the first state in the country to have our own green climate fund, what is called GCF. GCF is an institutional fund, partly supported by the World Bank and partly by the Union Ministry and partly by the state government. We were the first state in the country to have our own climate, green climate fund, GCF. I spoke about being the first state in the country to have our state climate action plan, and a substantial amount, a significant amount of over 22,000 crore is spent in the state on afforestation. 22,000 crore is a lot of money when the state's GDP is close to 2.4 lakh crore. So that is almost 10% of the state's GDP is spent on afforestation to increase the forest coverage, increase the forest density. OREDA, which is the Odisha Renewable Energy Development Agency, has an ambitious program of installing biogas plants across the state. I could go on and on, but because of paucity of time, I limit myself to some of the key initiatives of the government. Today, you go to any coastal district of Odisha, Jagatsinghpur, Kendrapada, Jajpur, Puri, Ganjam, you will see the coastal geography of Odisha littered with cyclone shelters. There are close to 500 cyclone shelters. These are all structures which were built after the super cyclone of 1999 in the last 20 years to accommodate human beings, to accommodate livestock during super cyclone, and these cyclone shelters can withstand speed of 300 kilometers per hour. So this is the resilience that we are talking about. This is the resilience, the physical resilience that the government has built in coastal Odisha to tackle the effects of climate change through super cyclone. Now I'll come to the second phase of the climate action plan, which was rolled out in 2018, and it has a 5-year tenure, 2018 to 2023. 2.04 lakh crore, 2.04 lakh crore has been earmarked for the second phase of the climate action plan. I will repeat it, 2.04 lakh crores. That is the budget, that is the fund that the government of Odisha has earmarked to make ourselves climate resilient over a 10-year period, of course, from 2021 until 2030. And in the second phase, what are the significant steps that have been taken? There is a program of climate resilient natural farming, which involves the women self-help groups. You might know, some of you might know, maybe all of you know, that we have a very robust women self-help group initiative in the state through Mission Shakti. There are close to 70 lakh women of the state who are part of this self-help group, and they have been roped in the 5 districts of Odisha to undergo this program of natural farming, climate resilient natural farming. Odisha Millet Mission, I'm sure all of you have heard of. We are indeed proud of this Odisha Millet Mission, which today the United Nations is talking about, being the first state in the country to roll out a millet mission in 2017. So much so that Honorable Prime Minister appealed to the UN to make 2023 as the International Year of Millet, and the UN accepted, and today we are celebrating the International Year of Millet. And I think the inspiration came from the state of Odisha. Today, we have a community-led climate action model, empowering local community. I firmly believe that you cannot tackle climate change or its impact or disaster effects just by involving the government or the civil society. You have to have the community as a major stakeholder in any such plan. And today, the Odisha Climate Action Plan or the Odisha Disaster Management Plan has a huge involvement of the community as stakeholders. You have the cyclone management centers in pretty much every panchayat of the coastal districts. Pretty much every panchayat of coastal Odisha has what we call the cyclone management centers, where everyone from youth till youth, the PRI members, school teachers, students, everyone are trained as volunteers to deal with climate change, to deal with cyclone and its after effects. So this is the model of empowering the community in dealing with climate action. Again, building inherent resilience within the community itself. OSDMA, some of you might have heard of OSDMA, Odisha State Disaster Management Authority. Again, rolled out, it was started in 1999, following which the National Disaster Management Authority started in 2001. I will talk about the state renewable energy policy. If you want to mitigate climate change, if you want to tackle climate change, a big chunk of our energy needs has to come from green sources. Today, the state produces close to 800 megawatt of green energy. We have an ambitious plan of 10,000 megawatt by 2030. From 800 megawatt today to 10,000 megawatt in the next 7 years, 6-7 years. That's a big ambitious target that we have, and I'm sure we'll achieve that. At the Delhi event, we spoke about water management, and without managing water resources, without having proper water management plans, we cannot tackle climate change, because we have close to 16% of the world's population, but only 4% of the world's clean water sources. So India is a water-stressed country, and this is only going to become more and more acute as we go forward. So unless we manage our water, we are not going to be resilient in dealing with climate change. And again, I take pride in stating that Government of Odisha has many initiatives in managing its water resources. We have an initiative called Catch the Rain. Catch the Rain is the slogan which was launched by Honorable CM, wherein every urban local body in the state has a plan called Mukta. The name of the scheme is called Mukta, under which the citizens of the denizens of the city or the urban local body are encouraged to store the rainwater under the slogan Catch the Rain. Rainwater harvesting structures, we have 12,000 rainwater harvesting structures in 114 local bodies, and all of them, each of them is geotagged. So if someone has suspicion that 12,000 numbers are inflated, or we do not really have such numbers, every single water harvesting structure in the state of Odisha is geotagged. And the mandate is to have at least 5 RWH in NSC per ward in the NSCs, 10 per ward in the municipalities, and 50 per wards in the corporation, in the city corporations of Bhubaneswar, Cuttack, Raulkela, Berhampur, Sambalpur. So lot of work is going on. Close to 1 lakh crore has been earmarked to manage our water bodies, for flood management, for drainage system, and for similar activities in Odisha. These are all, the reason I speak of, I'm sorry if I've given you a laundry list of activities that Government of Odisha has undertaken, but these are facts. And the reason I wanted to state these facts is because these are some of the concrete steps that the government has taken, and which could possibly be a model of best practices for other states when it comes to climate resilience. And I'll end my deliberation by stating that, and I'll indulge in a bit of self-flattery. Please allow me to indulge in a bit of self-flattery. I introduced a private member bill in the parliament last year in December during the winter session called Net Zero Bill 2022, being the first member of parliament in the country to do so. The Net Zero Bill, the Honorable Prime Minister of India has articulated his vision of reaching net zero by 2070. But it's a great goal to have, but there are no interim milestones. There is no blueprint as to how we are going to reach that 2070 goal. There is no accountability mechanism. So my bill laid out a framework as to how we are going to reach the net zero goal of 2070 by having accountability, by making NGT the nodal body to ensure that every nodal ministry, every state government, every district administration follows its accountability in reaching that net zero goal. So my compliments again to Nature Care Initiative and to all its members for hosting this national seminar, and I'm looking forward to learning always from NCI. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Right here, somebody who is really important to all of us is going to speak definitely something that will definitely widen a lot of scope to understand and open discussions on the same issue that we are discussing today, climate change and resilience development. I am glad to invite Shri Sushant Kumar Mohanty, Honorable Information Commissioner, here for his speech.
आज मुख्य अतिथि ओडिशा हाईकोर्ट विचारपति ऑनरेबल जस्टिस डॉक्टर श्री संजीत पाणिग्राही महोदय, आज अन्यतम अतिथि जे कि वक्तव्य निज वक्तव्य रखी जरूरी कार्य जाइछन्ति श्री सुजीत कुमार महोदय, ऑनरेबल मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट राज्यसभा, नेचर कैश इनिशिएटिव रो एडवाइजर मिश्र बाबू एवं सीईओ श्रीकांत बाबू, मोर बंधु जहाँ जो आज ये अच्छी श्रीकांत आम शक्ति बाबू, एठारे उपस्थित मीडिया बंधु माने एवं प्रकृति प्रेमी बंधुगण समस्त को मोर नमस्कार। मु जड़े भल वक्ता नुहे, तेणु जदि किसी भूलभाल कह क्षमा करेंगे। आज जो कनक्लेव हो जो सब्जेक्ट पर यह समस्त बेस गुरुत्वपूर्ण, जलवायु परिवर्तन एवं तापमात्रा वृद्धि, ये दुईटी जाक विषय संपर्क में आम बेस अवगत एवं आम अनुभव कले जे यार कुपरिणाम किपरि पड़वा को जाउछि। वायुमंडल को आम क्रमागत भाव बाधा देले एवं प्रकृति विरोध में आक्रमण कर चलिए, जार परिणाम स्वरूप माटी पानी एवं पवन को ये प्रभावित कला एवं जार फलस्वरूप आम जलवायु परिवर्तन को सामना करने को मानवीय कार्यकलाप जिते वायुमंडल ध्वंस आड़ को गति कला से यार परिणाम जनसाधारण उपर पड़ा को आरंभ कला। जपरी जंगल क्षय एवं जंगल जनित जहाँ भी अच्छी ताकू क्षय कले आम एपरिक निजर पोशाक भी आम गुड़ाए जंगल नष्ट कले जहाँ से प्रस्तुत हुए, ये सब करने द्वारा कंक्रीट जंगल नुआ कंक्रीट जंगल सृष्टि कले, यह द्वारा कौन तापमात्रा वृद्धि पाइला। बर्तमान यार प्रभाव ऋतुचक्र बदली जाइए, बर्तमान 12 मास जाक केवल गरम ही अनुभव हो, जितेबाला भी दरकार हो तो अत्यधिक शीत हो प्रांत में ना अत्यधिक वर्षा हो प्रांत में कि स्वल्प वृष्टि हो स्वल्प शीत हो शीत उभा नहीं जाऊँगी। यही नवेम्बर आज 19 तारीख मो निज अनुभव कहूँ प्राय 40-45 वर्ष पूर्व यही कार्तिक मसरे मोर पीसी सांगे मुझे स्कूल पाठ पढ़ुली 6ठ 7th हो सी कार्तिक व्रत करे, सी जाए सबुद भोर 4टा 4:30 5टा बेलू को जाए नदी को गाधे से पूजा करने को सांगे तो किए जावाक दरकार, तेणु मत से डाक मत भल लगे। मुझे छोट थी कंबल घोड़ी जाऊली कंबल घोड़ी जाऊली किंतु आजिका दिन में गोटे सार्ट पिंधले भी सी भी गरम लगुच कहीं हो कारण आम प्रकृति को सम्मान दे ଜାଣିଲେନି କି ଶିଖିଲେନି ତାହାରି ଯୋଗୁଁ ଆଜି ଏଭଳି ପରିସ୍ଥିତି ଆମେ ସମ୍ମୁଖୀନ ହେଉଛେ। ଏହାର ଯେଉଁ ଫଳାଫଳ ଏଥିରେ ସୀମିତ ନାହିଁ, ଆହୁରି ଅଧିକ ୟା ଉପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଭାବ ପଡ଼ିବ। ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ ଗୋଟେ ଫ୍ୟାକ୍ଟର, ବାୟୁ ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ, ଜଳ ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ ଏବଂ ବାୟୁ ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ ଯାହା କହିକି ଗଲେ ସୁଜିତ ବାବୁ ଯେ ଏତେ ମାତ୍ରାରେ ଆମ ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ ବୃଦ୍ଧି ପାଇଛି ଯେ ଆମେ ନିଶ୍ୱାସ ନେବାକୁ ବହୁତ କଷ୍ଟ ହେଉଛୁ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରତିଦିନ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବାକୁ ପଡ଼ିଲେ, ମୁଁ ଦେଖୁଥିଲି ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରେ ବେଶୀ ୟୁଜ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ, ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କଟକ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱର ମଧ୍ୟ ୟୁଜ୍ କଲେଣି, ସମସ୍ତେ ମାସ୍କ ପିନ୍ଧିକି ବୁଲିଲେଣି। ଗତ ଦୀପାବଳି ପୂର୍ବରୁ ସର୍ବୋଚ୍ଚ ନ୍ୟାୟାଳୟ ଗୋଟେ ନିର୍ଦ୍ଦେଶ ଜାରି କଲେ ଯେ ବାଣ ଫୁଟା ଉପରେ ନିୟନ୍ତ୍ରଣ କରାଯାଉ। ଶକ୍ତିବାବୁ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀରେ ଥିଲେ, ତା ପରଦିନ ମୁଁ ଫୋନ୍ କଲି, ମୁଁ କହିଲି ଶକ୍ତିବାବୁ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀ ଖବର କ'ଣ? ନା ଏ ବର୍ଷ ସବୁଠୁ ଅଧିକ ବାଣ ଫୁଟୁଛି। ତାପରେ ଖବର କାଗଜରେ ଦେଖିଲି କଟକ ଭୁବନେଶ୍ୱରରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ ସ୍ତର ବଢ଼ିଯାଇଛି, ଯାହାକି ନିୟନ୍ତ୍ରଣ ବାହାରକୁ ଚାଲିଯାଇଛି। ଏଥିପାଇଁ ଆମେ କାହାକୁ ଦାୟୀ କରିବାନି, ନିଜେ ନିଜକୁ ଦାୟୀ କରିବା। ଆମେ ଯେପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ନିଜେ ସଚେତନ ହେବା ନାହିଁ କିମ୍ବା ଅନ୍ୟକୁ ସଚେତନ ନ କରିବା ନାହିଁ, ଏଇଭଳିଆ ଚାଲିବ ଏବଂ ଆଗାମୀ ଦିନରେ ଆହୁରି ଭୟଙ୍କର ରୂପ ନେବ। ସେହିପରି ଆପଣ ନଦୀ ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ଏବେ ପ୍ରଦୂଷିତ ହୋଇଗଲାଣି। ବହୁତ ଦାବି ପରେ ଏବେ ଯେଉଁ ଆମର ପ୍ରତିମା ଗୁଡ଼ିକ ତିଆରି ହେଉଛି, ଦୁର୍ଗା ପୂଜାରେ ହେଉ, କାଳୀ ପୂଜାରେ ହେଉ, ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ କୃତ୍ରିମ ହ୍ରଦ ଏବେ ତିଆରି କଲେଣି, ସେଠି ପକାଉଛନ୍ତି। ତଥାପି ଆପଣମାନେ ଜାଣିଥିବେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଯେ ସମୁଦ୍ର ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣରେ ଭାରତ ହେଉଛି ବିଶ୍ୱରେ 1 ନମ୍ବର। ଏଭଳିଆ ସମୁଦ୍ର ପ୍ରଦୂଷଣ କେଉଁଠି ନାହିଁ ଯାହା ଭାରତରେ ଅଛି। ଏହା ସହିତ ପାଣିପାଗରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏହାର ପ୍ରଭାବ ପଡ଼ିଛି। ମୁଁ ପୂର୍ବରୁ କହିଲି ଯେ ଋତୁଚକ୍ର ବଦଳି ଯାଇଛି। ଏ ବର୍ଷ ଆପଣମାନେ ଦେଖିଥିବେ ବର୍ଷା କେତେ ଦିନ ହେଲା, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଲଘୁଚାପ ସୃଷ୍ଟି ହେଉଛି ବର୍ଷା ହେଉଛି, ଆଉ ବର୍ଷା ଦିନ ଭଳିଆ ବର୍ଷା ନାହିଁ। ଶୀତ ତ ଏଠି କାର୍ତ୍ତିକ ଗଲାଣି ବି ଶୀତ ନାହିଁ, ହୁଏତ ମାଘ ଫାଲଗୁଣରେ ଯଦି ଶୀତ ହବ। ବର୍ଷ ଯାକ ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଗ୍ରୀଷ୍ମ ହିଁ ଆପଣ ଅନୁଭବ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ଏହାର କାରଣ ଏକମାତ୍ର ହେଉଛି ଯେ କ୍ଲାଇମେଟ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜର ପ୍ରଭାବ। ଆପଣ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ସମସ୍ତେ ବୁଦ୍ଧିଜୀବୀ, ହଠାତ୍ ଉତ୍ତରାଖଣ୍ଡରେ ଗୋଟେ ଦୁର୍ଘଟଣା ଘଟି ଯାଉଛି, ଭୁଷୁଡ଼ି ଯାଉଛି ପାଣି ଆସିକି। ହିମାଚଳରେ ସେଭଳିଆ ହେଉଛି। ଏସବୁ କାହିଁକି ହେଉଛି? କିଛି ନଥାଇକି ଏ ଘଟଣା ମଧ୍ୟ ଘଟୁଛି। ଆମେ ଯଦି ଏବେଠୁ ସଚେତନ ନ ହେବା, ଆଗାମୀ ଦିନରେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବରେ ଆହୁରି ୟାର ପ୍ରଭାବ ଆମ ଉପରେ ପଡ଼ିବ। ସବୁଠୁ ବଡ଼ କଥା ହେଉଛି କ୍ଲାଇମେଟ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜର ଯେଉଁ ପ୍ରଭାବ ସ୍ୱାସ୍ଥ୍ୟ ଉପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ପଡ଼ିବାକୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କଲାଣି। ଆମେ ଦେଖୁଛେ ଏବେ ନୂଆ ନୂଆ ରୋଗ ସବୁ ଆସୁଛି, କେହି ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି, ସମସ୍ତେ ସୁସ୍ଥ ଅଛନ୍ତି। ଆମର ବାପା ଜେଜେ ବାପାମାନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ସେଇ ଭଳିଆ ରହିଥିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କର କୌଣସି ରୋଗ ହେଉନଥିଲା। ଏବେ କାହିଁକି ହଠାତ୍ ରୋଗ ଆସୁଛି, ଅଜଣା ରୋଗ ସବୁ। ଆମେ ନିକଟରେ ଅନୁଭବ କରିଛେ କୋଭିଡ-19, ସେ ଯେଉଁ ଭୂତାଣୁ ବା ଭାଇରସ୍ ଆସିଥିଲା, ସେ କେହି ତାକୁ ଠାବ କରିପାରିନାହାନ୍ତି ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ। ଏବଂ ସେ କେଉଁଠୁ ଆସିଲା, କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ଆସିଲା, କେହି ଜାଣିପାରିନାହାନ୍ତି। ହୁଏତ ଆଗାମୀ ଦିନରେ ଆଉ କିଛି ଭାଇରସ୍ ବି ଆସିପାରେ। ଇଏ କେବଳ କ୍ଲାଇମେଟ୍ ଚେଞ୍ଜର ପ୍ରଭାବ ବ୍ୟତୀତ ଆଉ କିଛି ନୁହେଁ। ହଠାତ୍ ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ, ଆଜିକାଲି ଦେଖିଥିବେ ହୃଦରୋଗୀଙ୍କ ସଂଖ୍ୟା ବଢ଼ିଯାଇଛି। ଭଲ ଭଲ ଲୋକଙ୍କୁ ବି ହାର୍ଟ ଆଟାକ୍ ହେଉଛି। କ'ଣ ପାଇଁ ହେଉଛି? ଆମେ ଏସବୁ ତର୍ଜମା କରିବାର ବେଳ ଏବଂ ଏସବୁ ଆମ ସାମ୍ନାରେ ଚ୍ୟାଲେଞ୍ଜ ଭାବରେ ଉଭା ହେଇଛି। ଏହାର ପ୍ରଭାବ ମଧ୍ୟ ଶିକ୍ଷା କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ପଡ଼ୁଛି, ଗମନାଗମନ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ପଡ଼ୁଛି ଏବଂ ବିଭିନ୍ନ କ୍ଷେତ୍ରରେ ପଡ଼ି ଆସିଛି ଏବଂ ପଡ଼ିବ ମଧ୍ୟ। କେବଳ ଯେ ସରକାର କିମ୍ବା କୌଣସି ଅନୁଷ୍ଠାନ ଏ ଦିଗରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କଲେ ଏହାର ଯେତିକି ସୁଫଳ ନ ମିଳିବ, ଆମେ ଯଦି ନିଜେ ବ୍ୟକ୍ତିଗତ ଭାବରେ ସଚେତନ ହେବା, ଏହା ହିଁ याको मुकाबला करने आम सक्षम हो पारिबा। सार भी कही गले यार प्रभाव जीडीपी ग्रोथ उपर आगामी दिन में पड़ा जाऊँगी कहीं ना कृषि हम ना दुर्भिक्ष हम वर्षा ना दुर्भिक्ष हम तेणु गोटे रिपोर्ट अमेरिकन रिपोर्ट प्रकाश पाई से कहुई 2050 सुधा $7.9 ट्रिलियन अर्थनीति हराइब से आमको जल संरचना केमी रखा जा पार जल को कृत्रिम भाव में हो से दिगरे कार्य करने दरकार। से अत्यधिक खरा जो 2050 सुधा 970 सहर से रिपोर्ट रे प्रकाश पाई 970 सहर में 1.6 बिलियन जनसाधारण प्रभावित हेबे से रिपोर्ट रे कहा जाउछि जे ए वर्ष आप देखिथे भारत विभिन्न प्रांत में 132 वर्ष रेकर्ड भांगी खरा इप्रति आम सब सजग रहा दरकार एवं प्रत्येक नागरिक धन्यवाद देवी नेचर्स केयर इनिशिएटिव को यह कनक्लेव जरिया बारंबार से प्रसंग को उत्थापन कर प्रकृति संपर्क में सी आमर साहू बाबू जहाँ कले अति सुंदर कथा गुड़िक कहले किंतु आमे ताको मानिबा दरकार। बर्तमान आ गोटे जो ग्रीष्म प्रभाव जो अपन ग्लोबल वार्मिंग जो बर्तमान समुद्र फुलिबार लगी बढ़ुची समुद्र समुद्र बढ़िले यार प्रभाव से कूल खाइब कोस्टाल एरिया कूल खाइब सब सब जगार से कौन हम ना गुड़ाए सहर निश्चिन्न होगा जाऊँगी यहाँ रोकने केरल सरकार एबठू उद्यम आरंभ कले सब पिलर बेस घर बनइले सब खुंट से ऊपर 3 महला ऊपर घर बनाऊँ तो तल लोक सब फांका खाली रखुंट ये भी गोटे संकट आसवाक जाऊँगी अत्यधिक खरा जो पानी गरम हो समुद्र पानी आपणकर बात्या बहुत देखा सार कहले 8टा बात्या आम फेस करा 19 मसीहा पर किंतु आरब सागर में क्रमागत बात्या अनुभूत हो आसूची आम बंगोपसागर बात्या आम प्रति इंटरवाल आम देखुचे हे तो आम आड़े न आसिक कड़े बांग्लादेश पड़ोची कौन आस बात्या निश्चित भाव में आसूची ये सब हूँ केवल आमर क्लाइमेट चेंज प्रभाव या रोकवा हेले आमको निजको सचेतन होगा पड़ो आगामी दिन में यही खरा जो आउ गोटे बड़ संकट रूप नब सी हूँ आगे परमाणु बोमा भी सामने निष्क्रिय हम सी हूँ जल युद्ध जल संकट एत मात्रा हम कारण आप देखते विभिन्न बंधरे डैम सब तैयारी कर सारे समस्ते जल मिल ना जल आप पीवा पानी पाइबे ना से आरंभ हो जल युद्ध तेणु आम समस्ते सचेतन होगा सहित आम परिवेश को सुरक्षित रखा एवं एपाई नियम भी अच्छी नियम ना सार बस नियम बहुत नियम अच्छी किंतु आम कहीं मानना गोटे उदाहरण देवी पॉलिथिन बैन उपर समस्त नियंत्रण केबेठू अच्छी दीर्घ वर्ष धरिकी किंतु आम कहीं से भुक्ते भी करूना खाली हाथ में जाऊे दुकानी कहते पॉलिथिन दे जिनस ताको आनिक नाला पकई दूचे से आ गए से जो कहले बाण फटेवा कटका जारी कले किंतु आम मानवा ना तेणु सरकार ए दिगरे कठोर कठोर आईन आने पड़ो जपरी आम पोलियो निराकरण व्यवस्था करचे लेपर्सी निराकरण व्यवस्था करचे से भाया सुरक्षित प्रकृति को सुरक्षित रखा विभिन्न उद्यम करने आवश्यक। समस्त पुणी शेष धन्यवाद जनाऊँ एवं आम सीओ बहुत सीओ भाषण में जहाँ कहले सी प्रकृति प्रेमी सहित जन क्रिकेट प्रेमी कारण से क्रिकेट कथा दुई थर कही सारी तेणु समस्त को आज भारत जीतु यही शुभकामना सहित धन्यवाद नमस्कार।
For your enlightening speech. It was really scary when I think about we are going to fight or we are going to roar for water and all. Isn't it scary? How many of you switching off the tap while you brush your teeth? None of us. Do you do that? I think she deserves a huge round of applause. हमारा छोटा अभ्यास एटा था कि हमें ऑन कर देगी बहुत पानी लॉस हुए बासन धोला बेले प्लेट को माजू और पानी खोला कर दो जब हम इतनी बंचाई पारे ना बहुत हेल्प करी परिवा। प्लीज अवेयर एवरीबॉडी योर किड्स आल्सो दैट वी शुड नॉट डू इट। गेस्ट डॉक्टर जस्टिस संजीव पाणिग्राही here for his speech, but before that I'd like to thank you for giving us time and thank you for being here with us.
The previous speakers, Mr. Durga Prasad Mishra, Sri Srikant Sikhar Sahu, Sri Sushant, Mr. Sujit MP Raj, and the mother of this event, Shakti Babu, and the very beautiful anchor who has so today is very a great I hope I am audible. This is a small house. Okay, so I definitely at the outset express my gratitude to the organizers of this climate change and resilient development seminar, and definitely to the NCI, which is, I can say, I am the midwife in the NCI. Mother is Shakti. So I have a tribute to the NCI, as my role was midwifery. So we have initially started few moments when I was a lawyer in Supreme Court. So basically we started with one initiative with the elephant mortality on the track. That was the major things that Mr. Nayak told me. So why shouldn't do something on this issue? So we drafted a PIL writ petition. He provided all the documents available. He ran from Minister of Forest and Environment, then he went to Parliament, the library, he collected a lot of material and he gave me. Because without all those documents, PIL may be junked at the initial stage. So luckily our PIL was accepted, and there have been a lot of orders by Supreme Court, and which is why we have seen a lot of course, it has not stopped, but at least it has been moderated to some extent. The death has been moderated. We hope more need to be done. And still that PIL is pending in Supreme Court, and that is I think a continuous mandamus. And lawyer may be somebody else, but the petitioner is here. Okay. So this is the background of this NCI as I know. And I am very much thankful to the organizers for calling me for this kind of a function. And I love environment, and I have tried my best to reflect in my judgment also on environment. In some cases I have tried to even penalize some of the people who have been religion bail to plant some trees, 100 trees, 50 trees, like that. I think in every aspect, wherever we find there is a penal system is there, this can be a method. in spite of you have deposit this much amount, that much, but you say 1,000 plantations should be done. That would be better. But sometimes in our fraternity it is disliked. No, this is too much. Dikhawa zyada ho raha hai. Unfortunately, that mindset should go, and we should do more and more as and when there is a need. Because environment, as I said, is we need environment. Environment does not need us. That's true. Whatever told earlier. Because whether with the existence of human being or without existence of human being, nature was always there. It will be there. But with the existence of human being and with the excessive interference with the nature, the environment has been definitely damaged a lot, and we are definitely the one of the most important culprit, because no other animal, plants, they destroy the environment except human being. So good afternoon. It is a privilege to stand here and speak on this topic. So before that, I must state one quote from Rig Veda. Madhu vata ritayate madhu kharanti siddhantah smadvirnaha santasari. That means environment provides bliss to people, leading their life perfectly. Rivers bless us with sacred water and provide us health, night, morning, vegetation. Sun bless us with peaceful life. Our cows provide us milk. The nature is our second mother. So this is what is so important. And as I have told you, as a judge, we speak through our judgments. So I am a very poor speaker. Excuse me for that. So that's why I need some notings. So it is almost December. Most of you realize, we are approaching December. And it does feel like winter has cancelled the appointment this month. The fans are on and the sweaters are yet to come out of their hibernation mode. But I think that's just global warming's way of saying, sorry, I am running fashionable late, boss, wait. Even though we can use humor to soften the impact of devastating the news, it does not change the fact that the problem itself still remains. Mr. Mohanty has cautioned us the devastating impact of environmental disaster in future, the way we are heading, that is our future seems to be not very good, not cheerful. Therefore, in an era of marked by unprecedented environmental challenges due to the so many impactful environmental damage we have done in past, it is crucial that we shift our focus toward sustainable environment. What is the topic today? So resilient, in that case we can say sustainable also. It's synonymous with sustainability. But Hindi में इसको लचीलापन बोलते हैं. I think the translation is slightly wrong. This is sustainability. So the core attribute of our environment resilience development is ecocentric, the ecology centric. It emphasizes the interconnectedness and the interdependence of living and the living being and the nature. What we call, in other words, the symbiotic relationship. That symbiotic relationship has to be maintained at any cost. If that is lost, everything will be lost. Though the resilient environment development, we could emphasize on the integration of environmental sustainability into our development paradigm, development agenda, and harmonious balance between human program and ecological well-being. As Mr. Mohanty was telling just now, the Kerala has started taking steps for facing the future disaster by constructing that these pillar structured building. I would say Kerala may be doing that, but at the same time Kerala should have done more and more mangrove forest. More and more mangrove forest across the whole coastal area. Unless the mangrove forest is protected, the coastal ecosystem will die. So wherever you may be having your many multi-pillar structure, that is not going to help you unless you have this mangrove structure. And we are destroying the mangrove forest everywhere in the Arabian coast, in the Bay of Bengal coast, everywhere this is the problem. And Bay of Bengal is witness to maximum number of cyclones in the past. And the Bay of Bengal is also facing a very severe problem of the depletion of mangrove forest. Therefore, the coastal ecosystem has to be protected. Our mangrove forest should be like that we will find in that, what is it place called, the Kendrapada coast, Vitarkanika. Here the mangrove forest is very strong, very thick. That kind of mangrove forest to be created everywhere. Then only we can get some relief from the devastating impact of the cyclone we are facing everywhere. The concept of environment resilient development stems from the realization that the environmental challenges we have faced today are complex and interconnected. Climate change, deforestation, biodiversity, pollution, resource depletion, blah, blah, blah. All these things are part of the devastating impact of the non-resilient development. If you look at the Indian heritage and the resilient development, we sometimes feel that the people in the old era, they were quite eco-friendly in their approach. For example, I am giving you Ajanta cave. If you go to the Ajanta cave, you find there is a series of 29 rock caves from ancient India which demonstrate how architects of those times, they thought, they foresaw the impact in future, and they were so concerned about the devastating impact of this climate change and all that. So accordingly they constructed the house. There was light was sufficiently coming inside, the air was sufficiently coming inside. Yet we call it cave, but the cave is also quite livable. So, but nowadays we structure is what? Suppose we have 2000 square feet area, so we construct the whole 2000 square feet area. Rather we go to the road also. Sometimes we increase the road. We don't have the plan in our mind. Then let's have some trees inside our yard. That culture is going. Actually, it is vanishing nowadays. Even if it is small portion of land, if it is not very insufficient to you, you should have some provision for plantation. Unfortunately, that is going, now everybody is forgetting that. You see, this best example is CDA. Many people are coming across the road with their construction activities and they are planting trees on the road, not in their area. So this kind of mindset is against the resilient development. So Ajanta was one of the example I am saying. Then if you see in other areas also, like there are another beautiful the bamboo houses in the northeastern states. They have also, this bamboo is a very strong planet. It's a strong plant. It creates a very eco-sensitive planet. So bamboo houses there, the thatched house in our rural areas, that is very eco-sensitive. So that kind of things also we have to think. Of course, in a modern way, modern approach, our architects should innovate such kind of an approach so that we can actually we can have a better kind of houses which will environmentally very, very sustainable, and we have to use less, depend on the less destruction of forest. Then we have the core of this, the resilient development is the sustainable resource management. Resource management is one of the very fundamental thing about the resilient environment. This involves implementing efficient technologies. Whenever you are having housing or constructing something, you should have efficient technology that will promote a very eco-sensitive, friendly activities, and that can be integrated with our environmental and our resource governance framework. That is very important. The second important aspect of the resilience is climate change mitigation and adaptation. We have to take some steps to mitigate the climate change by way of our renewable energy and other green activities, what Gandhi called green philosophy. So we have to adopt the green philosophy. Unfortunately, we are gradually forgetting that. So we have to have our green efficient technology. We have to have our green transportation system. We have to have our climate resilient infrastructure. So these are very important to have a resilient development. In fact, our planner, our policy maker, our implementing authorities have to be very strong in just following the rules. Creation of a rule is not the solution to any problem, or creation of a law is not going to solve the issue unless people are to be people should have mindset of following the rules. Then I would say education and research. Environment, education and research, of course we have given a lot of impetus as you should have given. From the school level we have environment education and all that, but education is not sufficient. How many of the children who are studying environmental science or environment are taken to the environment for their field visit? Rarely. That is rarely done. We only see whatever around us, but no one is taken to a place like Simlipal or place like some other, like any your Sundarban or something like that. So they can learn a lot from there. So that, unfortunately that is not happening. Only we are paper tiger. Everything is in paper. So classroom teaching, theoretical studies, that is not going to help you. Practical show has to be shown. Then collaboration and partnership. Government should collaborate more and more with the organization like this, because government alone cannot do that. So you need to have people like this organization, and they should fund them also. Accordingly they can, and government and this NGO partnership should grow. So these things will definitely have an impact on the resilient development. Therefore, one American singer once says, folk singer, the earth is not dying, it is being killed, and the people killing it have names and addresses. I repeat, the earth is not dying, it is being killed, and the people killing it have names and addresses. So we should realize what is the importance of the environment. We are killing the environment. So all these arguments will not exonerate the guilt of our people. We have to, every individual at the individual level, we have to be very strict on the eco-friendly approach. Green philosophy should be adorned by everybody, whoever there is on the earth, because we see the household impact. Of course, we are saying Diwali is creating a lot of atmospheric issues in the country. At the same time, the Western world also condemning India that Diwali is really a great problem. It is creating a lot of problem in and around the NCR and other parts of the country. But at the same time, what about your bombarding you are taking place on those areas? That is also equally killing. But nobody bothers about that. So our culture should grow, but it should be, of course, green culture. Our culture is definitely, we can't just avoid the culture. We have to have Diwali. You have to in a greener fashion. So green fashion is the law of the day, and the entire world should know that the bomb is dangerous than Diwali. So this is one thing that everybody should know. So in this way, I would say there are a lot of environmental issues that can be argued for days together. Since I've been given very less time, I have 20 minutes, though I have the potential to speak for 2-3 hours. But I'm just trying to squeeze my speech. But before that, I must flag 2-3 more important issues. As then we have another very important issue. There is a death of ponds. Gradually, ponds are dying in villages, in cities. They're just degorged, and other kind of activities are taking place. So we need to save the pond. The Ramsar Convention also talks about the saving of the water bodies, and this is why everybody should be careful about the death of pond. We should not allow the pond to die. The pond is part of our very important of our Hindu culture. Every Hindus, mostly nowadays you have a bathroom and all this. Earlier days there is no such bathroom. Pond was the main bathroom. So we had a beautiful culture or this worshipping culture to sun god in the open air. That was there. So every Indian should take care of the pond. This is for the cultural values I am saying, but the ecological value is huge. You have the groundwater recharging capacity by the pond, because the pond will charge the groundwater aquifer. Whenever you dig some your machine or dig a pond, well, you'll find if the aquifer is recharged, water comes out very easily. Otherwise, you just keep on digging, no water. So this is the problem. So for recharging the groundwater, we need to have a pond. And second most important thing I must say, this organization must take initiative in this pond. Next, I request the organizers to emphasize on the saving the water bodies, especially ponds. That is, disappearing ponds should be your theme. That is one very important thing. Thank you.
Very massy or very, low standard, low grade thing nowadays. Nobody is trying to enter the pond. But nowadays everybody is happy with the swimming pools which are not even cleaned properly. The waters are contaminated. We are forgetting the ponds and making swimming pools. Really. So please.
Those who want to know more about pond, read
Ramsar Convention report. Please, if you want to know, and I really want to know, I will go through this book. So everybody, please let us save our ponds, let us save water. Everybody, all our esteemed guests focused on one thing, seriously, that government will work, government will do stuff, laws will be passed, things will happen, but only if we are aware, small contribution if we are also doing, life can change. Can we change? Yes, was so slow. Can we make the change? Thank you. Thank you all our esteemed guests. Now it's time for the vote of thanks. Can I request our NCI member from Bokaro, Jharkhand, Mr. Akhilesh Singh, to be here for the vote of thanks. Please welcome him with a huge round of applause, everyone.
थैंक यू मैडम। मैं आज प्रकृति के महापर्व छठ और वर्ल्ड कप के पूर्व एनसीआई के द्वारा आयोजित इस कार्यक्रम में अपने कीमती क्षणों में से कुछ पल हमारे बीच शेयर करने के लिए सर्वप्रथम कोर्ट के न्याय के प्रणेता न्यायाधीश श्री संजीव पाणिग्रही जी का धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूं। हम आभार व्यक्त करते हैं अपने बीच आए हुए उड़ीसा के सूचना आयुक्त श्री सुशांत कुमार मोहंती का। अभी वर्तमान में जो किसी अन्य कार्यवश चले गए राज्यसभा सदस्य हेलो हम करते हैं जो सभा के सदस्य हैं और वर्तमान में हमारे डाटा वाइज आंकड़ा प्रस्तुत किया हमारे समक्ष। इसके अलावा नेचर केयर इनिशिएटिव के एडवाइजर श्री दुर्गा प्रसाद मिश्रा एवं चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव श्रीकांत शेखर साहू के हम हेलो की वो धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करते हैं जिन्होंने हमारे बीच नेचर केयर के संचालन और पिछली गतिविधियों की चर्चा की। इसके अलावा हम प्रत्यक्ष और परोक्ष रूप से इस अभियान से जुड़े गणमान्य व संगठन के प्रतिनिधियों सहित नेचर केयर के अन्य पदाधिकारियों व सदस्यों सहित प्रेस मीडिया व उपस्थित जन समुदाय के प्रति अपना आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि अपने कीमती क्षणों में से आज के इस महत्वपूर्ण दिन उन्होंने अपना समय साझा किया। धन्यवाद।
Once again, I thank all our esteemed guests who gave us time who are present here to grace this wonderful occasion. We got to learn many things. We got aware about many issues. Now we'll definitely work on it together. And now it's time to felicitate all our esteemed guests. And Can I request our volunteer? Present memento present the memento to the Dr. Sanjeev Kumar Panigrahi, our Chief Justice, our Chief Guest, Honorable Judge, Odisha High Court. Words were wonderful, examples were wonderful, and scared heart. Next, a guest of honor, Shri Commissioner, Odisha. पुणी थे आपंकर अभिभाषण को अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद, समय पर अनेक अनेक धन्यवाद. And our moderator is Sri Durga Prasad Mishra, environmental entrepreneur. And we are having our panel speakers, Professor Syed Kumar Palit, Head Department of Biodiversity and Conservation of Natural Resources and Dean, School of BCNR, Central University of Odisha, Dr. Sutapa Pati, Academic Dean and Faculty, School of Sustainability, Xavier University, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Sandeep Patnaik, Associate Professor, School of Earth, Ocean, Climate Change, IIT Bhubaneswar. I'll elaborate. And before that, I'd like to once again thank all our esteemed guests, and this is the end of this session. And I request all our volunteers to please escort our esteemed guest. Thank you everyone once again. It was really very enriching, engaging, enlightening session. It's time for
Please